Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the paper called Smithian State Formation, written by D. Riculi and M. Uribe. The paper was published by CEDE from the Faculty of Economics at University de los Andes with the collaboration of the Central Bank of Colombia. The main topic of the paper is the relationship between economies development, the states, and taxation. First, we need to understand the idea behind the word Smithian. It comes from Adam Smith, a very important economist and thinker. Smith studied how economies grow and both government and markets interact. The papers use this idea to study the process and state formation in Colombia. One important question is the paper of who does a stronger states develop when the economy is also changing and growing? The authors explain that the development of the states is connected to the ability of the governments to collect tax and provide public service. Taxes are very important because they give the governments money to pay for things such as roads, education, security, and other public service. However, collecting taxes is not always easy. A government needs institutions that can identify taxpayers, collect monies, and make sure that people and business follow their rules. Therefore, the development of a strong state requires not only economic growth but also very institution. Another important idea is the relationships between markets and the government. In a growing economy, people and business practice more. At the same time, citizens may demand better public service from the government. This can create a relationship between economic development and state capacity. The paper is also important for understanding the history of Colombia. Colombia has experienced different economic and political change over time. This change affects the way the government collects taxes and organizes public institutions. The authors studied this process to understand how Colombia moved toward a more modern state. An important lesson for the paper of that state formation does not happen automatically. Economic growth by itself is not enough. A country also needs effective institutions, rules, and organizations. The government needs the capacity to collect resources and use them to provide public goods. In this sense, taxation is more than simply taking money from citizens. It can be part of the process of building a strong relationships between the governments and society. When citizens pay taxes, they can also expect service and benefits from the states. This creates what we can call fiscal relationships between citizens and the government. The paper therefore helps understand the economy develop and government development can't happen together. To conclude, Smithian stakes formation shows us an important connection between the economy and the states. The main idea is that a strong economy can create new opportunities from the government, but strong institutions are also necessary to transform economics grow into better states capacity. The Colombian case is especially interesting because it shows how taxations, institutions, economic activity, and government capacity have developed together over time. For me, the most important message of the paper is that a modern state need but economy, resource, and strong institutions. Understanding these relationships helps us understand not only Colombia economy's history, but also the change that governments face today. Thanks for your listening.